morning from Cottonwood, Arizona. This is Recreational Knitting, and I'm Karen. I'm the hostess. I'm a mom to 2 adult children, girls. I'm a mom dog to 2 dogs that you're going to see in this episode. And I'm a wife to Luke, and we travel the United States in our RV. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome, glad to have you. We talk about knitting. I give you some travel shots when I can. And we talk about anything fiber art related. Today, we're going to talk about knitting. We're going to talk about fire evacuation. We're going to talk about boondocking and my finished objects, which I call in the can, and we'll talk about works in progress, things that I have on the needles presently, and anything new that I have goals for the month. I've not been very good about that this month, and any new acquisitions that I might have gotten in our travels. And as you can imagine, I don't get too many of those because of storage. Living in an RV, you pare down to the bare bones. So, anyway, let's get this started. Remember to like, subscribe, thumbs up, all of the things. Get the bells for the notifications. It really helps my channel. I'm trying to build my channel, and I may have a giveaway for you, but you need to listen to that to the end of the podcast to see what's going on. Thanks. Today, I just want to explain that we were supposed to be still at the Prescott National Forest in Prescott, Arizona. There's 2 wildfires going on at the present time down there. We were evacuated. We were supposed to be down there for 3 more nights, and yesterday we bugged out and we ended up here in Cottonwood, Arizona, near Sedona. It's beautiful here. I've put in some footage. I'll put in some footage when we get up to Sedona later today, and we'll enjoy Sedona together. First of all, finished objects. I'm wearing one. This is my Casapinka sweater. I'm pretty pleased with it, except the sleeves seem to be a little too big. But I'm really pleased with the fit otherwise. I think maybe if I reblock this, I would block these sleeves like this rather than like this. And maybe that puffiness might decrease. Otherwise, I'm very, very pleased with it. This is made with a Marisol yarn, which is 50% lamb's wool and 50% cotton. And it's, as you can see, short sleeved. She also makes the pattern for long sleeved, if you're interested in her pattern. The pattern is No Need to Panic sweater by Casapinka. The first garment that I've made from her patterns. I made a shawl last month from her patterns and kind of got hooked on, some of the textured stitches that she uses in a lot of her patterns. And I thought, well, this would be a great way to incorporate a short-sleeved summer garment into my wardrobe. I don't have any short-sleeve sweater. This is the first one that I've ever made. I really like the fit, as I say. Sleeves, I'll see if I can reblock those. So that's a finished object. That's one. It has some yarn, and I wanted something quick to finish. This is kind of my own pattern. I think it's like 60 around. I made it a little floppy. So that, if we are out in some cold weather, I can flip it up if I need be to get the 2 layers of fabric. It's a worsted weight. I think this is haiku, I think. I'm not real sure what it is. It was in my stash. I pulled it out and I said, oh, those two look good together, and decided to make a hat. I don't know whether I'll give this to one of my kids or donate it or keep it. Not sure yet. But again, second finished object, that's pretty good. Now, to go on to things on the needle. I didn't bring everything that I have on the needle out because I haven't worked on a lot of them. Those of that have been with me a couple times know about my little green sweater made with BC Garn BioBalance. It's an organic 50% wool, 50% cotton, or 55, 45, I'm not sure. Oh, I've got the tag right here. Imagine that. I'm learning about this whole podcasting thing. It's 55% wool and 45% cotton. They list it as a fingering to a DK weight. I'm right in the middle. I think it's a sport weight. I've been working pretty hard on this, as you'll probably see. Last time I think I had a finished sleeve on one side, and on this side it's getting close. I think this is where I was the last time. I put the progress keeper in and so I made some pretty good progress, I think. This is really a fun yarn to knit with. If you can find it anywhere, I know BC Garn isn't the easiest to find. I got mine from Little Knits in Seattle, Washington. Those of you that don't know about it, it's an online presence only. And I think that they buy things that are discontinued sometimes. I think that they buy out yarn stores sometimes. And I think sometimes they just get deals from manufacturers. I have ordered from them several times and I really like their service. Their prices are great. I'm not saying to not support a local yarn store, but when you're in a RV, you've got to be creative sometimes on how you get your yarns. You'd be surprised how many places that we camp, that we stay, don't have a local yarn store close at all. And I'm of the thought that, especially now with gas prices the way they are, I'm not going to run all around creation. If it's handy, I would do that. But go into a local yarn store and make sure that I give them my money. But it hasn't happened. I was planning to go when we were in Prescott to a yarn store for knit night tonight, actually, and we had to leave, and we're about an hour and a half north of that at the present time. We're not far from the Grand Canyon here. Flagstaff is about an hour from here, so we're not a whole. I don't know if we're going up to the Grand Canyon. We've been there twice now, and I think we're going to move to the north, towards the northeast. As spring and summer come, we're going to head to the northeast. But anyway, that's my first on the needles project. I'm pretty pleased with the process. That and this finished sweaters, good progress. Those of you that have been with me know that I've had this mustard colored sweater on the needles for a while. This my kids gave me a gift certificate to Swan's Island, and it's in Maine, and they have great products, great yarn. The yarns are milled in the United States. They're dyed in the United States, and The sheep are, I believe, from Wyoming. And this is their sport weight yarn. And it's a mustardy color. They call it ochre. It has shades of green in it. And I love it. It's very sheepy. Sheep fumes. Nothing better. I could sit here and smell that all day. I know that probably half a year with me. Okay, I'm getting close to a sleeve. This is where I was last time I filmed, and I got this far. That's pretty good. I'm real pleased. I've noticed that this yarn and this size needle, this is a 4, and these are Chaigus, by the way. They're my interchangeables. This starts to hurt my hands if I work on it for about an hour. So I'm not going to make as much progress, but I really did want to work on this while we were in Prescott. Prescott is higher elevation, and it's cooler and cool at night. We had nights in the 30s most of the time we were there. But it was nice to be able to work when it was cool at night, something on my lap, like a sweater. So I made use of my time with the cool weather and worked on that, even though I really kind of want to put it away for the summer now. But anyway, good progress on that. I'm pleased. And then put that away. So I'm out here in the middle of the dust of the desert, and I don't want anything to get on my sweaters. So I'll put that away. So that's 2 finished objects and 2 places that I really made progress. Did I work on my socks? Nope. Did I work on my son-in-law's scarf? Nope. In my defense, I kind of wanted to cast something new on it. So I did. I know that this has been made by a ton of people in a lot of different ways. This is Katana's Fiber Arts. I think she calls it her Rockin' Tee. And it's a paid for pattern, so I can't really show you how it's constructed. And it's black and white. I printed it in black and white. I remember not having any colored ink in my printer. But I cast it on. I'm making, whoa! That's what happens when you do things outside and you're trying to do too many things at once. I'm making it with these 2 yarns. These are both Ito yarns. This is 100% wool, this gold mustard color. They call it mustard. Ito. And the second color that I'm using is Ito Kinu, and this is 100% silk. Let's see if I can get that in the picture. It's called oatmeal. I don't do well with mohair. It kind of itches just a little bit. And when it's next to skin, I just don't want a summer top where I'll likely be sweating to have mohair in it. That's what she calls for in the pattern, is mohair. But what I'm doing is I'm striping this with 2 strands one strand of the silk and one strand of the gold, the mustard. And this is the back, and from what I gather, this will eventually come to be joined in the front to make a V. Those of you that haven't held two lace weights to make a fingering weight, wow. While I am enjoying this, because I'm going to like the product very much, I'm not really enjoying the knitting as much yet. Right now it's knit across and then purl across with increases, stockinette. But when I just start to join, I think it'll be much better. It's just like split a yarn. You know, you find yourself going back, picking back and getting that second piece of yarn that you missed. So, those of you that do this regularly, this is my first project that I've used lace doubled. So far, as I said, not a huge fan. That may change. I do love the yarns. They're beautiful, and I think they're beautiful together. I don't know whether this is something that you can find locally or not. Again, I mail ordered this, and this came from Little Knits as well in Seattle. But I like the feel of it, and I think it's going to be a nice garment for me. I think it will be casual enough that I'll be able to wear it, you know, pretty much the whole summer. And it's living in a bag, or at least the yarn is living in a bag that says, I like to party. And by party, I mean knit. And this was Simply Sock Yarn Company, which is another great company if you're not aware of them. She carries, I think, mostly just sock yarn, but she's recently come to have some DK weights in her yarn shop. She's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Her name is Allison. Great service, great sock yarn. It's a great place to buy things if you're looking for nice sock yarns and a wide selection of price points. She's got some West Yorkshire spinners. She's got Regia, and then she's got things with cashmere. So you can find pretty much anything you want, I believe, at her store. And she may be able to help you find it if you can't elsewhere. Now, my new acquisition. You know, about 6 months ago, everybody was getting that, or maybe it was longer than that. Everybody was getting that 52 Weeks of Socks book, and it was a hardback edition, and it was beautiful, and it cost like $50, and I hemmed and hawed, and, you know, I had no way to look at it first because there was no local yarn shop at the time that it came out that carried it. I've been in a couple yarn shops, but neither one of them had it. Guess what I found on Amazon? I know, Amazon, but it was $18. It's paperback, which is fine by me. I actually like paperback books, not to the exclusion of hardbound, but I really do like this book. Am I going to make any socks from this? Maybe, maybe not. This is my version of a coffee table book. I prefer vanilla socks over anything. If I get socks, you know, a little twisted rib, nothing special. I like my vanilla socks. I don't like anything with a pattern in my shoe, so that means the foot has to be all stockinette. But this has some lovely things. Those of you that are knitters probably have seen this book over and over and over again. But I have to say that these designers are so talented. And this is one that I thought I might knit. It's vanilla-ish enough. When I do socks, I like to do them mindlessly. They're TV knitting, car knitting, and when I have a complicated pattern, I invariably have to think back. This is number 34 Gerste, and the designer is Verena Cohrs, and that's Cohrs. I have never heard of her before. That means nothing, but it looks like something that I would be happy with, and I think that I could do easily. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful socks in here. These are something that I would love to make. These little slippers, elf slippers. Those were designed by Kasia Villarreal. Again, I don't know this designer, but apparently she's a European designer. And I love that the soles have the same pattern. Again, I'm not sure that I'm that knitter, but many of you I know are. There's another one in here that I thought that I might like to make at some time. They're called Porch Light, and they're really my style. More vanilla than they are anything. And this is designed by Lindsay Fowler. But that's my new acquisition this week, and I'm very pleased. Now, I think you're going to maybe see some footage of our evacuation travel down off the mountain into the valley of the Verde Valley, green, I don't know what they actually call it, but it's Sedona, Cottonwood, Jerome, Arizona. Love this part of the country. Sedona, if you've not been, has a special feel to it. We're actually going there for lunch today, and hopefully I'll be taking you with me. I will talk to you next time. Do all the subscribe, like, get your notifications in the bell, all the things. Sorry about the wind sound.